Okay, so having said that, what you're going to need for this spell. First, you're going to need a circle of friends, okay? Now, you can get these, and they have 2, 4, 6, I believe. You can get up to 8. I'm going to put a link on the bottom here on Amazon, for Amazon, where you can get these if they're hard to find. Now, I have used paper dolls and whatnot, but I find having one of these in the house is just really good to have because you can use these for many, many things, okay? Now, you do want to go with one that has more than 2 people on it. 2 people I find are great when it comes to doing ones for relationships and whatnot. However, if you want to build up your friendship unit and whatnot and have a support that you need to be able to achieve your goals and dreams, it is great for that. And I've also used these for people who are in alternative relationships as well, polyamory and whatnot. This is wonderful. You will need a tea light, toothpicks, or something that you can use to be able to poke holes into your tea light. Matches, an incense burner, a plate. Herb-wise, you're going to need Damiana, red clover, rose petals, dragon's blood, yarrow herb, clove, catnip, lemongrass, and you will also need pomegranate oil and clove oil. Now, I also have, and I'm just putting this in because it's a little bit of a flair that I like to put in, I have some raspberry leaves here. Now, this is picked right from St. Bridget's Shrine, so it's powerful. And I have 2 pipettes or 2 droppers to be able to put directly into the holes of my tea light. So for those of you who watched my video on dragon's blood, you know that dragon's blood is a very, very powerful amplifier. It is great for creating connections. It is great for binding things together. We want to create that support unit. We want to be able to create that connection. We want to be able to bind all of these friendships together in a healthy, pure way that's going to allow for it to be supportive to us and what we are trying to do and where we're trying to go within this carnation. Now, I've had some people say to me, oh, I can't find the correct dragon's blood. So I'm going to put a link down at the bottom of this video as well for you to be able to find the dragon's blood. So we're just going to put in a little bit of this and we are going to grind it down to a powder. And I'm going to grind them and pray over them. And you just want to go with whatever feels right to you, okay? Now I will be burning some of this in an incense, and I'll also be sprinkling this on the circle of friends as well with a prayer. Now, Damiana has always been associated with passion and love. People say, oh, well, why would you want to use Damiana for this type of thing? Well, let me tell you something, y'all. If you can't love your friends, there's a problem, okay? And you need to look at it that way. We all need love in this world, but we all have a tendency to focus on certain kinds of love. Love is love, darling. That's just the way it is. When you start separating it into categories, right, you are not honoring what you feel for a person, okay? This does not mean that you need to, be in a relationship with the person. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is love is love is love, okay? It is only the mindset that we choose or the conditioning that we buy into that categorizes love. Love should not be categorized. Like Maya Angelou said, love liberates, right? When you start categorizing love, you take away its power of liberation, okay? And we don't ever want to do that. Because even in the Bible, what does it say? God is love. Would you want to limit God? Then don't limit love. That simple. So I'm just going to pray over this and then add it to the mixture, and I am going to grind clockwise. Clover is great for bringing in that aspect of being unified in your purpose and your goal, right? We all have dreams. And sometimes those dreams seem elusive. Sometimes it's even hard for us to even believe within ourselves that we are even capable of having these things. We can have anything that we want in this world. And yes, some things may seem too much for us to actually go for. The amount of work, the amount of energy, the forces that we have to go against because of the illusions that we buy into, right? What this does, what Clover does, is Clover allows you to break that down. Clover allows you to be able to find other avenues to take. If you ever looked at Clover in the wild, it will grow anywhere. It will overcome anything. It does not matter. Clover will, look, honey, Clover will overcome. And that is the reason why we put in Clover into this mixture. So I'm going to be praying over this and adding it to the mixture. So raspberry. Besides being picked from St. Bridget's Shrine, it brings in the sweet aspect. It's also good for protecting. It's great for bringing in love. It's bringing its fruitfulness, its fruition. Raspberry is a very community-orientated plant bowl. They intertwine with anything that's around them, okay? I will overcome all obstacles, and I'm going to protect those who protect me. And this is the reason why we add in raspberry leaf. Now, rose is a powerful, powerful herb. And for those of you Witch Please family members, you know how I feel about rose. Rose is a perfect botanical. If you get into an argument with your spouse, you bring them roses. I don't care if you're male or female. You bring them roses, and it will allow for a gentleness to come into the heart. So the pathway to communication, which is key, is there. We add rose because we want to be able to have perfect love and perfect trust, right? Which is part of the whole Wiccan belief structure. To have perfect love and perfect trust with all of the people who choose, who we have called in to our reality to assist us in achieving our dreams and our goals and to assist them in theirs. Now, I love me some of my Yarrow witches. Let me tell you about Yarrow. If you bathe or you grow Yarrow in a small town or village, it creates a sense and a feeling of community, okay? If you bathe with your partner in Yarrow, it will bind you together. Yarrow is all about connection. It is all about support. It is all about community. It is all about unconditional love. We want to create that sense of community. We want to create the foundation needed to be able to realize our goals and our dreams and to support the ones we truly care about and their goals and their dreams. And by proxy, they do that with others and others and others until everybody has that foundation and that support. Now, yes, Clove does have a dominating effect to it. Domination can be over someone, or dominance can be strong in your unwaverable, okay? Unshakable. We chose to opt out of the illusion. And we don't want anybody to roll up on us with their bullshit illusions, trying to tell us where we should go and what we need to do, honey. No, we need to be strong. Our foundations need to be strong. So we add in this clove. I'm open to what you have to say. I will listen to you. Hell, I'll even support you. I have no issue with that. Right? If that's the illusion you want to buy into, good on you. But I'm going to be strong in what I believe. And that's the reason why we add some clove. Now, Catnip, Euphoria witches. Okay, you need to feel good in what you're doing. Okay? And when you are challenging old illusions, you can get a little trying. Sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees. You get a little lost. So I add in the catnip to bring in that sense of euphoria. There's something bigger that I'm doing. And yes, I may be challenging all the illusions that used to be a part of my reality, but I'm getting to know myself. I'm getting to understand myself. And there is a beauty and a power and an exquisite sense of being where you need to be and going where you need to go. And that is the reason why we add in the catnip. We are going to be adding in the final dry ingredient here to this mixture, and that is lemongrass. And for those of you who watch me, you know how I feel about lemongrass. I love me some of my lemongrass. It is the lesser van oil. It is great for luck. It is great for changing one thing to another. It's about leveling up. If you have a hard time being able to find those really deep, connected relationships, because they're all relationships. You want to be enticing in a way, you want to be able to bring those people into your reality that are going to be supportive, that are going to be loving, that you're going to have what you don't have now, that they're going to help you build your foundations. A lot of us are afraid to build foundations. We've had problems with our families and whatnot, so we don't trust people enough to be able to build those foundations. The plants in the forest depend on the sun, they depend on the rain. They depend on each other. There was something that I was reading not too long ago where they were saying that the roots of trees, so if a tree is in distress, it will actually send information through its roots to other trees, right? And the trees will be able to protect themselves. So let's say if it's infested by whatever it may be, it will actually communicate through its roots and send out a notice to all others so that the plants will be able, the other trees and the other plant life there will be able to protect themselves against this. Mind-boggling. Think about that for a split second. You're like, wow, plants can communicate and connect more effectively than human beings. I'm going to pray over this and then I'm going to add this to my mixture. So now what we're going to do is we are going to start on the spell construction, okay? So we're going to take our plate here and we're going to place this in the middle and we're going to add our circle of friends. I like to use the plate because I like to contain everything all in one, but you can also just do it on the table. But you are going to be sprinkling herbs, and where you have some dragon's blood in there, it may actually color your table. And I like to use a black plate for this. Not necessary, but I like to use it to bring in the dark matter aspect of it. So we are going to take our tea light and we are going to take one of our toothpicks and we are going to poke 5 holes. So we're going to poke 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to put one right beside the wick. Okay? Or as close to the wick as you can get. There are 5 little holes in this. I want to be able to have all of the elements, elemental selves, and not to mention 5 is a number of manifestation. And this is my pomegranate here. They used to take pomegranates and smash them on the ground to show how many children you were going to have. It's about evolution as a group, okay? So I'm going to be taking this pomegranate oil and I'm going to be dropping some in each one of the 5 holes that I have created, and then I'm going to pray over it. I'm just going to tap it down a little bit to make sure I get that oil right in there. Alright, so now what we're going to be adding is we are going to be adding our clove. A combined scent of clove as well as pomegranate. It's a spicy sweetness, honey, and that's what we want. So I'm going to add these into the 5 holes as well. We are going to take a little bit of this empowered mixture. We're just going to drop this onto the actual candle itself. So I just went clockwise around the candle and put that in there. So it's all, now this is charged, it's empowered, right? It's ready to go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this into the middle. May it be powerful. All right, so I want to share with you what happened. So I lit this candle. And as soon as I lit the candle, all of the incense started to light. And I am seeing more than one flame. See the smoke? That is a great sign. The divine just showed me, boom. What you tried to manifest is starting to happen already. Okay? Energetically, vibrationally, it's starting to happen already. You are on the right path, Odin. You are doing what you need to be doing in this instance, and we are supporting you in this. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to light my swift light, and I am going to make an offering to the divine for their assistance here. And I'm going to send this energy out as well. So while this is starting to heat up, I'm going to take some herbs from here. Now I'm going to be repeating this either 3, 5, or 7 days. So anything that's an odd number is fine, okay? But 3, 5, or 7 is normally what I would do for this type of work. Now that that is done, I'm going to take some of this and I am just going to sprinkle it in a clockwise motion, showering love, connection, understanding, liberation, foundation, all around them. So now what I've done is I've added some of my incense to my charcoal briquette, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place this in front, closest to me, and I'm going to blow some smoke ever so gently in the direction of my circle of friends. Turn it clockwise and starting back where I began. Now we're going to say our final prayer over pulling it all together. I'm going to let it burn out completely, then tomorrow I'm going to do it again. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the oils, I'm going to poke the 5 holes in it, I'm going to go through the whole process again, other than making the incense. The incense I have enough to be able to last me. If you run out of incense, right, then that's when you're supposed to stop. And there you have it, witches. We are done for today. Now I know this has been a long video and I'm glad that you've watched it all to the very, very end, witches. I am so happy to have shared this with you today. This is a big one for me. This is something very near and dear to my heart. I'm so glad I was able to share this. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. I feel so good about this. Now boo-boos, if you have not subscribed, you need to press subscribe. Join the Witch Please family and do not miss out on a thing. Don't forget to press the little icon button, little bell icon, so that you get notified when a new video comes out. You know you don't want to miss nothing, boo. Now you can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, as well as Facebook. You can always leave a comment below or send me a personal email at witchpleaseofficial@gmail.com. I said it before, boo-boos, and I will say it again. It is a pleasure to have you in my world. It is an honor to have you in my magic. You are always in my heart. Remember, we're in this together. We need each other. I love you, boo-boos. And I will see you on another episode of Witch Please.